Someone near you yawns. You are not tired. You are not thinking about sleep. But within a few seconds, your jaw opens, your chest expands, and you yawn too. You did not decide to. You could not easily have stopped it. It simply passed from them to you, and it does not even need a person. You can catch a yawn from a photograph, from a cartoon drawing of one, from a dog, from the sound of one in another room. You can catch a yawn from a sentence. In fact, statistically, a number of you have already yawned since this video started, purely because of the word. Roughly half of adults will catch one just from watching someone else do it. It is one of the strangest things the human body does, a behavior that jumps between people like something being transmitted. And here's the part nobody tells you. Science still cannot explain why. This is not a small gap in the research. We can measure contagious yawning precisely. We know who catches it and when. We know what happens in other species. What we do not have is an agreed answer to the simplest question. Why would a behavior spread from one body to another at all? Almost nothing else you do works like this. You do not catch someone's hiccups. You do not catch their sneeze. But a yawn crosses the gap between two people as if it were built to. And when researchers looked at who catches yawns from whom, they found something remarkable. It is not random. Tracking hundreds of people over months, researchers found the strength of the contagion followed the closeness of the relationship. You are most likely to catch a yawn from family, then close friends, then acquaintances, then strangers, least of all, not how often you see them, not how familiar their face is, how emotionally close you are. Your body is more willing to copy the people you love. And there's a second clue, from children. Babies and toddlers yawn constantly, but they do not catch yawns. Contagion only appears around the age of 4 or 5, roughly the same window in which a child works out that other people have minds of their own. Before you understand other people, their yawns cannot reach you. So the leading explanation writes itself. Contagious yawning must be about empathy. Some ancient circuitry that makes you automatically mirror the people around you, the same machinery that makes you wince when someone else stubs their toe. And there is more support. Chimpanzees catch yawns from each other and more from their own group than from strangers. Dogs catch yawns from humans and catch more from their own owner than from an unfamiliar person. A behavior that crosses not just between people, but between species. It is an elegant theory. A yawn as a small act of connection. And then the evidence starts to argue with it. Because when researchers tried to confirm the empathy link directly, the results refused to line up. Some studies found people who score higher on empathy catch more yawns. Others found no relationship at all. One large study following hundreds of people found the single best predictor of catching a yawn was not empathy, it was age. Contagion simply faded as people got older, with no clean emotional explanation. And then there are the animals. Contagious yawning turns up in species not known for rich social lives, including budgerigars, small parrots not exactly famous for emotional attunement. If a budgie can catch a yawn, empathy cannot be the whole story. So what else could it be? One possibility is far less romantic. Not empathy, but simple motor resonance. Your brain is a relentless copying machine. You mirror posture, accents, facial expressions, walking speed, all without noticing. A yawn may just be the most visible example of a reflex that copies what it sees, with no feeling behind it at all. Another idea points to the group. If a yawn shifts your body from one state to another, then a yawn spreading through a group would synchronize everyone at once. A whole troop moving together from rest into alertness or settling down for the night as one, not a message, a metronome. But like every other theory here, it fits some of the evidence and not the rest. And that is where the science actually sits. A behavior you have caught hundreds of times in your life. One that crosses between species, travels through photographs and words, grows stronger with the people you love, and arrives in childhood at almost the exact moment you learn other people are real. Every one of those facts feels like it is pointing at an answer, and none of them together have been enough to give us one. Maybe that is the quietly beautiful part. Somewhere inside that reflex is a piece of the machinery that lets one nervous system reach across empty space and change another. The same invisible thread that makes laughter catch in a room or a mood spread through a house. We just cannot yet say what it is. So the next time a yawn passes to you from across a room, notice how little say you had in it. Something moved between two people, with no words, no contact, and no explanation, and you caught it.